Welcome everyone. Today you are not just watching another English video. Today you are starting a new chapter of your life. Because what I am about to share with you, these 10 English learning tips are not just simple tips. They are real tools. Tools that can break your fear, build your confidence, and completely change the way you speak, think, and feel in English. Maybe you have tried to learn English before. Maybe you downloaded apps on your phone. Maybe you watched grammar videos for hours. Maybe you memorized long lists of words. Maybe you listened to podcasts again and again, and still you feel stuck, still afraid, still unsure when someone speaks to you in English, still translating every word inside your head, still not fluent. You are not alone. Most learners feel this exact same way, and it is not because they are lazy, it is because no one ever gave them the right direction. No one ever showed them how to actually learn English in a way that feels natural, in a way that truly works, and in a way that builds fluency slowly but surely, step by step. So today, that changes. These tips do not come from textbooks. They come from real learners who started from absolutely zero and became fluent. These tips are not about showing off perfect grammar. They are about real communication, real confidence, and real progress. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. You need the right path, and you need to start right now. So let us begin with the very first and most important tip. Tip 1. Speak from day one, not someday. The biggest mistake that most English learners make is waiting. Waiting until their English gets a little better. Waiting until they learn more words. Waiting until they feel truly ready. But let me ask you something honest. When will you actually feel ready? The truth is, you will never feel ready, because confidence does not come before you speak. Confidence comes after you speak. You do not learn to speak English by only listening to it. You do not learn to speak English by only reading it. You learn to speak English by speaking English. That is it. Nothing else will make it happen. Think about how you learned your own language as a small child. You did not wait until you were ready. You just opened your mouth and spoke. You made many mistakes. You said things the wrong way. People corrected you, and over time you slowly got better and better. That is how you became fluent in your own language. Why do we forget that simple truth when we grow up and try to learn something new? Every single day you must speak English. Even if it is just to yourself, even if it is just one short sentence. Even if there is nobody around to hear you. Stand in front of your mirror, look into your own eyes and speak. Say good morning in English. Say how you are feeling. Describe your favorite movie. Talk about your day. It does not matter if you make mistakes. It does not matter if your grammar is not perfect. It does not matter if your accent is strong. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to grow. And growth only ever comes through action. There are people who study English for 5 full years and still cannot speak comfortably. And there are people who speak broken English every single day for 6 months and suddenly become fluent. What is the difference? The first group waited and waited. The second group spoke and spoke. So here is your new rule starting from this very moment. Every single day I will speak English. No excuses, no fear, no waiting. Because every time you speak, your brain grows stronger. Every time you speak, your fear grows smaller. Every time you speak, your confidence grows bigger. This is how fluency begins. Not by waiting, but by starting right now today. Tip 2. Train your mouth, not just your brain. Most English learners spend all their time training their brain. They study grammar, they memorize vocabulary, they read books, listen to podcasts, and watch movies in English. And yes, all of that is helpful, but when someone suddenly asks them a simple question like, "Can you tell me about your weekend?" they completely freeze. Their brain is full of English knowledge, but their mouth does not know how to move. Why? Because speaking is a physical skill. Just like dancing or swimming or playing a musical instrument, you do not become a guitar player by reading a book about music. You do not become a dancer by watching dance videos on your phone. You become a speaker by speaking. You become fluent by training your mouth again and again until the words come out naturally, without fear and without panic. Fluent English is a habit. It is a mix of memory, rhythm, confidence, and the physical movement of your mouth. And if those muscles are not trained, your brain will always feel blocked. You will understand everything, but you will not be able to say it. So, starting today, you must train your mouth the same way an athlete trains their body. The best way to do this is through something called shadowing. Find a short English audio or video. 1 to 2 minutes is more than enough. Choose a speaker whose English you like and who speaks clearly. Listen to one sentence. Pause. Repeat that exact sentence out loud, exactly the way the speaker said it. Copy their tone, copy their speed, copy their rhythm. Do this for just 5 minutes every single day. You are training your brain to think in English and your mouth to move on its own automatically. You do not need fancy tools or a perfect environment. You just need your own voice and the determination to use it every day. The person who trains their mouth becomes fluent faster than anyone who only studies quietly inside their head. Tip 3. Test yourself every week and track your real progress. What you do not measure, you cannot improve. Most English learners study for months and still feel confused. Why? Because they never stop and honestly check if they are actually getting better. Imagine going to the gym every day, but never checking if your muscles are growing. You would feel lost. You would feel like you were wasting your time. You would eventually quit. That is exactly what happens to learners who never test themselves. So from now on, you must become your own English coach. Every week, record yourself speaking for 2 minutes on any topic you choose. Talk about your week, your childhood, your favorite food, or a movie you recently watched. When you finish, listen to your own recording. Did you hesitate a lot? Did you forget words you know? Did you sound confident? Could you say it better? Then the following week, talk about the same topic again and compare the 2 recordings. You will hear your own growth with your own ears. Also, at the start of each week, learn 5 new words and use each one in 3 different sentences. At the end of the week, ask yourself, can I still remember those words and use them naturally when I speak? If not, go back and practice them again. This builds real, long-lasting memory. At the end of every week, write a short paragraph in English about your week. It does not need to be perfect writing. It just needs to be honest. Save it and compare it to what you write the week after. Over time, you will clearly see your grammar improving, your sentences getting longer, and your confidence growing stronger. Tip 4. Make English part of your life, not just a subject. One of the biggest reasons people never become truly fluent is because they treat English like a school subject. They study it for 30 minutes a day and then go back to living their normal life completely in their native language. That does not work. Fluency is not built in 30-minute study sessions. Fluency is built by living with English every single day in every part of your life. Think about how children learn their language. They do not sit and study grammar for 30 minutes and then stop. They live inside that language from the moment they wake up to the moment they sleep. You must create that same kind of daily environment for yourself. In the morning, as soon as you wake up, say 3 sentences in English before you touch your phone. Change your phone's language to English so you see English every single time you use it. While you are brushing your teeth or making tea, play a short English audio and just listen. During the day, talk to yourself silently in English while doing simple tasks. While cooking, think in your mind, I am cutting the onion. I need to add salt. The water is boiling. While walking, think, it is hot today. I am going to the market. I need to buy some vegetables. Before sleeping each night, write 3 simple lines in English about your day. Even something as short as, I had a good day. I practiced my English. I feel proud of myself. The more you do this every day, the more English stops feeling like something separate from your real life. It becomes your second skin. It becomes part of who you are. Tip 5. Stop translating and start thinking in English. Right now, most learners think like this when someone asks them something in English. First, they hear the question. then they translate it into their own language, then they think of the answer in their own language, then they try to translate that answer back into English. By the time they finish all of that work inside their head, it is already too late. They feel nervous, they freeze, they lose confidence completely. This happens because translation creates delay, and delay kills confidence. If you want to speak fluently, you must stop using your native language as a bridge between you and English. You must train your brain to think directly in English without any middle step. Start very small. Wherever you are right now, start naming the objects around you in English inside your mind. This is a chair. That is my table. This is my phone. The window is open. Do this quietly in your mind throughout the whole day. Then start narrating your actions in English inside your head. I am brushing my teeth. I am making tea. I am getting dressed. I am walking to the bus stop. This connects English words to real moments in your life rather than just to grammar exercises in a book. Also practice expressing your feelings in English. I feel tired today. I am excited. I am a little nervous. I am grateful. When you do this regularly, you are not just learning words. You are slowly building an English mind. After 3 months, your brain will start choosing English automatically. After 6 months, it will become your natural way of thinking. And after 1 year, you will not just speak English, you will truly live inside it. Tip 6. Learn sentences, not just single words. Most learners make the same mistake at the beginning. They try to memorize very long vocabulary lists. They write down 50 or 100 new words and repeat them again and again. Yes, they might remember a few, but most of those words disappear from their mind after just a few days. Why? Because a word without any context around it is like a brick without a building. You can carry 100 bricks, but if you never build anything with them, what is the point? You get tired and frustrated, and eventually you drop everything and walk away. If you want to truly remember a word and be able to use it when you speak, you must put it inside a real sentence. Because a sentence is a complete thought. It has structure, feeling, and natural flow. It is what real people actually say to each other in real conversations. Nobody walks around saying just single words like excited or confident or opportunity. People speak in full sentences. I am really excited about tomorrow. I feel more confident every day. This is a great opportunity for me. When you connect a word to a full sentence and to a real feeling, your brain holds on to it forever. For example, if you want to learn the word confident, do not just write down its meaning and move on. Use it in different sentences that are personal to you. Say, I feel more confident when I practice speaking every day. Say, she looked very confident on that stage. Say, I was not confident about my answer, but I tried anyway. Now you are not just memorizing a word. You are living it in different situations and connecting it to real emotions. So from now on, forget the long vocabulary lists. One sentence learned deeply and practiced regularly is worth far more than 100 words memorized and quickly forgotten. Words are weak on their own. Sentences are strong. Build sentence power and you will build real speaking power. Tip 7. Record your voice and watch yourself grow. What you cannot hear, you cannot fix, and what you cannot measure, you cannot improve. When you record yourself speaking English, you give yourself the most honest and personal feedback possible. You give yourself real proof that you are actually growing. This is not about being perfect. It is about being aware. And awareness is always the beginning of real and lasting change. When you are in the middle of speaking, your brain is focused on so many things all at once. Grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, confidence, and meaning all at the same time. But when you listen back to a recording of yourself, you notice things you completely missed while speaking. You hear your pauses. You hear your tone of voice. You hear your grammar mistakes. You hear where your fluency breaks and where it flows smoothly. Suddenly, you become your own teacher. No need for someone else to judge you. The recording tells you the truth clearly and honestly. Every few days, take just 2 to 5 minutes and record yourself speaking about one topic. Talk about your day, your goals, a childhood memory, someone you admire, or how to cook your favorite dish. Press record and speak. Do not stop to fix yourself. Do not try to sound perfect. Just talk freely, then listen back and notice what is strong and what needs work. Keep all your recordings saved in a folder on your phone. Label each one with the date. After one full month, go back and listen to your very first recording. You will be truly shocked by how much smoother, clearer, and more confident you sound after just a few weeks of this practice. This will give you a kind of motivation and belief in yourself that nothing else can give. Because now you are not just hoping you are improving, you can actually hear it with your own ears. So speak, record, listen, improve, and repeat every single week. Tip 8. Watch English videos twice. Once to understand, once to train. Most people watch English videos just for fun or just to pass the time. They watch movies, YouTube videos, interviews and speeches, and they think to themselves, I am learning English right now. But the truth is just watching is not the same as truly learning. Your brain might enjoy the content, but if you are not actively training while you watch, you will forget 90% of everything you heard within just a few hours. That is why so many learners say, I watch English videos every day, but I still cannot speak fluently. It is not because they are lazy, it is because nobody ever taught them how to watch English videos the right way. So from now on, every time you watch a video in English, you will watch it 2 times. The first time, your only goal is to understand what is being said. Use subtitles if you need to. Pause if something is unclear. Rewind and listen again. Take your time. Try to understand the main message and notice which words are new to you. This first watching builds your listening ability and teaches your brain to listen deeply and carefully. Then you watch the exact same video a second time, but this time you are no longer just sitting back and watching. This time you are actively training. After every sentence, you pause the video and you say that sentence out loud yourself. Copy the speaker's tone, their pronunciation, their energy and confidence. You are not just hearing English anymore, you are becoming English from the inside. Focus on repeating whole phrases and chunks of natural language, not just single words. Phrases like, let me tell you something, or, to be honest, I was really surprised, or, that is a great question. These are how real fluent people actually speak. One video done right with full focus is worth more than 10 videos watched casually while you are doing something else at the same time. So make it your new daily habit. 1 video, 2 watchings, 1 to understand and 1 to train. Tip 9. Create a personal English zone around yourself. One of the most powerful things you can do to improve at anything in life, including English, is to take control of your environment. Because your environment shapes your daily behavior. Your environment decides whether you will succeed or give up. Think about a plant. A plant does not grow just because it wants to grow. It grows because it is placed in the right environment with sunlight, water, and good soil. You are no different. If you try to learn English while surrounded by noise and negativity, you will always struggle. But if you build an environment around yourself that supports your goal every single day, you will grow faster than you ever thought possible. Start by changing your phone's language to English today. This one small change means every app, every message, every notification is in English. Your brain will slowly start to accept English as normal and comfortable instead of strange and difficult. Next, fill your social media feed with English content. Follow English-speaking teachers, creators, and motivational speakers whose content you genuinely enjoy. Make your feed your personal classroom. Even when you are just scrolling through your phone for fun, you are absorbing English. Create a small English corner somewhere in your room. Put your notebook there. Stick useful phrases on the wall. Write your goals where you can see them every day, and use background English throughout the whole day. When you are cleaning, play English audio. When you are cooking, listen to an English speech. When you are walking, listen to an English podcast. Let English become the natural sound of your everyday life, and not just a subject you study for 30 minutes and then put away. Tip 10. Be patient, stay consistent, and never give up. Now let us talk about the most important reason why most English learners fail, even after months or years of trying. It is not a lack of talent. It is not a lack of talent. It is not weak grammar. It is something much deeper and much more honest than all of that. It is impatience. Most people start learning English with a lot of energy and excitement. They feel motivated at the beginning. They buy new notebooks. They download apps. They watch many videos in one day. But after 1 week, they still do not sound fluent. After 2 weeks, they still hesitate when they speak. After 1 month, they are still making the same mistakes, and so they stop. They give up completely. Because in their mind, they were hoping for a quick miracle. They wanted fast results. They expected fluency in 30 days. But the truth is that fluency is not a short trip you take once and arrive at the destination. Fluency is a long and beautiful journey, and only the people who stay consistent all the way will actually see where it leads. You spent many years speaking your native language. You heard it from your parents, your friends, your teachers, and everyone around you from the day you were born. Now you are trying to build a brand new language world inside your brain. Of course it will take time. Of course it will feel slow at the beginning. Of course you will make mistakes every single day. That is not failure. That is growth happening exactly the way it is supposed to. Think about a seed you plant in the ground. You do not dig it up every day to check if it has started growing yet. You water it daily. You give it sunlight. You give it time. You trust the process. And then one day it blooms into something strong and beautiful. English is exactly the same. If you stop after 2 weeks because you are still making mistakes, you are killing the seed before it ever gets the chance to become a tree. But if you stay patient and stay consistent, your fluency will grow slowly and quietly and powerfully. It does not mean studying for 5 hours every single day. It means speaking a little English every day, listening to a little English every day, thinking in English for a few minutes every day, writing 3 simple lines in English every day. Even just 30 minutes of the right practice done every single day will beat 5 hours of heavy studying done only once a week. That is how the brain rewires itself to speak a new language. Small repeated actions done consistently over time create massive fluency. You will have hard days. You will feel slow and tired. You will feel like quitting. You will doubt yourself. That is completely normal. Every single learner feels those things at some point. But here is what separates the people who succeed from the people who give up. The people who succeed feel all of those hard feelings, and then they keep going anyway. They keep speaking even when they feel embarrassed. They keep listening even when they do not understand. They keep writing even when their sentences are very short and simple. They keep practicing even when nobody is watching. And then one day they wake up and realize something wonderful has happened. They made it. They can speak English. And more than anything else, I want you to start thinking of yourself differently starting today. Stop saying, I am trying to learn English. Stop saying, my English is very weak. Start saying instead, I am a speaker of English. I grow every single day. This is who I am now, because fluency is not only about grammar and vocabulary. It is also about your identity and how you see yourself. If you keep seeing yourself as a weak beginner, you will always speak with hesitation. But if you tell yourself honestly and proudly, I am not perfect, but I am becoming more fluent every single day, everything in your learning life will begin to change. Your brain will believe you. Your confidence will grow. Your actions will become stronger and more consistent. Celebrate every small win along the way. The one new word you used naturally in conversation today, the sentence you said out loud with real confidence, the time you understood something in English without needing to translate it, the feeling of writing your thoughts clearly in English. Love those small moments. Collect them, because those small wins are your real transformation happening every single day right in front of you. So wake up tomorrow and speak English. Think in English while you make your morning tea. Talk to your mirror. Laugh at your mistakes because they mean you are trying. Feel proud of every single sentence. Do not say, I am not good at English. Say instead, I speak English now and I am getting better every single day. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. You do not need to sound like a native speaker. You just need to sound like your best self. You do not need to learn everything today. You just need to grow a little every single day. Fall in love with that process. Make it part of your daily life. Make it part of who you are. And one day, without even realizing it, you will look back and say with a big proud smile, I did it. I speak English. This is who I am. Do not give up. Keep learning. Keep speaking. Keep growing. Because the future belongs to those who speak. And you are learning right now to speak loud and clear and free.